the father of economics, grappled with a paradox that explains your entire social life. He asked, why is water, which is essential for life, virtually free? And why are diamonds, which are useless, so incredibly expensive? The answer is scarcity. Water is everywhere. It falls from the sky. It flows in rivers. Because it is abundant, it is taken for granted. You wash your hands with it. You flush it down the toilet. You waste it. Diamonds are rare. They are hard to find. They require labor, suffering, and blood to extract. Because they are scarce, they are worshipped. People kill for them. People starve themselves to buy them. Look at your life. Are you water or are you a diamond? The nice guy, the yes man, the reliable friend. He is water. He is essential to the ecosystem of others. They need him to listen to their problems. They need him to do the heavy lifting. They need him to validate their ego. But because he flows freely, they flush him. They cancel plans with him last minute because they know he won't get mad. They underpay him because they know he won't negotiate. They dump their emotional garbage on him because they know he is an open container. He thinks he is being a good person. In reality, he is flooding the market with his own presence. He has created a surplus of himself. To become expensive, you must become a diamond. This means you must become useless to those who cannot afford you. This is a hard pivot. It requires you to kill the part of you that craves immediate validation. You have to be willing to be called distant. You have to be willing to be called arrogant. Thorstein Veblen, the sociologist who coined the term conspicuous consumption, noted that people gain status not by what they do, but by what they can afford to waste. When you are expensive, you signal that you can afford to waste other people's approval. You don't need their validation to survive. This signals high status. Start today. Audit your availability. How quickly do you text back? How often do you say yes to things you hate? How much time do you spend listening to people who never ask about you? Every instant reply is a coupon you are handing out. Every sure, no problem is a discount code. Stop it. Create a drought. Let them thirst. When you withdraw your supply, you force them to realize your value. When the water stops flowing, people don't shrug. They panic. They check the pipes. They call the company. They are suddenly willing to pay anything to get it back. Be the drought. Phase 2. The velvet rope. The art of friction. Walk past a high-end nightclub. Walk past a luxury boutique like Hermes. What do you see? You see a line. You see a bouncer. You see a locked door. You see barriers. Now walk past a Walmart. The doors slide open automatically. The lights are bright. Everyone is welcome. Which one desires your respect? Which one do you dress up for? We value things that resist us. This is the psychological concept of effort justification. If we have to work for something, our brain rationalizes that it must be valuable. If we get it easily, our brain assumes it is cheap. You have been living with automatic doors. You let anyone into your mental space. You let anyone into your schedule. You are a Walmart. You need to install a velvet rope. You need to introduce friction. Friction is the art of being just hard enough to reach that it filters out the low-value people, but enticing enough that the high-value people will jump the hurdle. How do you apply this? 1. The no default. Most people's default setting is yes, unless I have a reason not to. Your default setting must become no, unless you give me a reason to. When someone asks for a favor, a meeting, or a date, the answer is silence. Then it is a maybe. Then, only if it aligns with your mission, it is a yes. This hesitation is not rudeness. It is calibration. It signals that your time is already accounted for. It signals that you have a purpose higher than serving them. 2. The qualification process. Never let someone enter your inner circle without testing them. If a new person wants to be your friend, do not just accept them because they are standing there. Watch them. Test their loyalty on small things. Do they gossip about others? Then they will gossip about you. Keep the rope up. If a client wants to work with you, do not just take the money. Make them apply. Make them fill out a form. Make them wait a week for an opening. This sounds counterintuitive, You think you will lose business. You think you will lose friends. You will. You will lose the cheap ones. You will lose the parasites. But the high-value players, the ones who understand the game, they will respect the rope. They will see the barrier and think, there must be something valuable inside if he is protecting it this hard. Machiavelli advised that a prince should be slow to believe and to move. He shouldn't jump at shadows or rumors. Be slow. Let them wait in line. Let them wonder if they are going to get in. The anxiety of, will he accept me, creates a dopamine spike when you finally do. If you accept them immediately, there is no spike. There is no addiction. You are not being mean. You are curating your existence. You are ensuring that the only people inside the club are the ones who can afford the cover charge. Phase 3. The tax of silence. Information as currency. Information is power, and like all currency, inflation kills it. The more you talk, the less your words are worth. The free man is an open book. He tells you his life story on the first date. He explains his strategies to his co-workers. He vents his frustrations to his neighbors. He broadcasts his every move on social media. He is inflating his own currency. He is flooding the market with data about himself. And because he tells everyone everything, he has no leverage. He has no mystery. To be expensive, you must become a vault. You must tax people for your information. This brings us to the law of concealment. Machiavelli wrote, everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience who you really are. Keep the who you really are behind the paywall. When you are in a conversation, practice the 80-20 rule. Let them speak 80% of the time. You speak 20%. When you speak, do not explain. Declare. I am moving to a new city. Why? Where? Is it for work? It's time for a change. End of sentence. Do not justify. Justification is the language of the subordinate. The boss gives orders. The employee gives explanations. When you withhold details, you force people to fill in the blanks. They project their own fantasies onto you. They assume you have a master plan. They assume you are deeper than you are. You become a puzzle they cannot solve. And the human mind is obsessed with unsolved puzzles. Think about the most charismatic people in history. They all had a quality of remote distance. You felt like you knew them, but there was always a part of them that was inaccessible. That distance is the price tag. It tells the world, you can see the display model, but you cannot touch the inventory. Stop oversharing. Stop posting your emotional breakdowns. Stop telling people your next move before you've made it. Silence creates a vacuum, and in that vacuum, your value rises. People will start to lean in. They will start to seek your opinion because you give it so rarely. When the quiet man finally speaks, the room goes silent. When the loud man speaks, people check their phones. Be the voice that costs something to hear. Phase 4. The price of emotional stoicism. Now we go deeper. We have talked about time, access, and words, but the most expensive thing you own is your emotional reaction. Low-value people are reactive. They are cheap. You push a button, they explode. You insult them, they cry. You praise them, they glow. They are vending machines. You put the coin of stimulus in, and you get the product of reaction out. They have no internal sovereignty. They are slaves to external events. To be expensive is to be non-reactive. It is to possess what the Stoics called apatheia. Not apathy, but freedom from suffering. It is the ability to look at chaos and remain unmoved. Why is this expensive? Because it costs enormous energy to control your biology. When someone disrespects you, your lizard brain screams, attack. To override that scream requires high-level executive function. It requires discipline. It requires a soul that has conquered itself. When you do not react to an insult, you subvert the power dynamic. The insulter wants a reaction. That is the payment they are looking for. If you deny them the reaction, you deny them the transaction. You leave them holding the bag of their own toxicity. Imagine a negotiation. One man is sweating, talking fast, desperate to close the deal. The other man is leaning back, breathing slowly, reading a file. Who has the power? Who is the prize? The calm man is the expensive man. Machiavelli knew that a prince who loses his temper loses his authority. Anger is a confession of weakness. It admits that someone else has the power to disturb your peace. Do not give them that power. Treat your emotions like gold bars in a vault. Do not hand them out to every beggar who knocks on the door. If someone tries to provoke you, look at them with curiosity, not anger. Look at them like a scientist observing a rat in a maze. Interesting behavior. Then walk away. This level of detachment is terrifying to manipulative people. They rely on your emotional debt. They need you to owe them a reaction. Cancel the debt. Become a ghost to their drama. When you are emotionally expensive, people walk on eggshells around you. Not because you are abusive, but because they don't know where you stand. They have to work to read you. They have to invest energy to understand you. And the more energy they invest, the more valuable you become to them. This is the sunk cost fallacy, weaponized for your benefit. If someone has spent months trying to figure you out, trying to earn your respect, trying to get a glimpse of your real self, they are not going to walk away. They have invested too much. You have become their most expensive asset. Phase 5, the absence of necessity, walking away. The ultimate sign of a luxury good is that it doesn't need you to buy it. Ferrari does not run commercials begging you to drive their cars. They don't care if you buy one, someone else will. If not, the car sits in the showroom, looking beautiful, retaining its value. The free man is needy. He needs the job. He needs the girl. He needs the invite to the party. And because he needs it, he has no negotiating power. In Never Split the Difference, Chris Voss teaches that neediness is the death of a negotiation. The moment the other side smells that you must have the deal, the price goes down. To be expensive, you must cultivate the power of walking away. You must build a life where you do not need any specific person or opportunity to be whole. This is what Machiavelli meant when he said, "A prince should rely on his own arms, not the arms of others." If your financial stability depends entirely on one boss, you are cheap. You are a slave. If your emotional stability depends entirely on one partner, you are cheap. You are a dependent. You must diversify your power. Build skills that are rare. Build a network that is wide. Build a mind that is self-sufficient. When you know, deep in your bones, that you can walk away from any table and be fine, you become dangerous. You negotiate differently. You speak differently. You are not bluffing. You are simply stating the terms. This is my price. This is my standard. Meet it, or I walk. And you have to mean it. The free man stays in bad relationships because he is afraid to be alone. The expensive man leaves because he knows his solitude is worth more than bad company. The free man accepts a low salary because he is afraid of unemployment. The expensive man quits because he knows his skills are a Veblen good. This willingness to destroy the deal is what makes the deal possible. It signals to the world, I am not desperate, I am selecting. When you stop needing them, they start needing you. It is the dark irony of desire. We want the cat that ignores us, not the dog that jumps on us. Be the cat. Sit on the high wall, watch the world go by. Clean your paws, let them come to you with the treats. And even then, maybe you eat them, maybe you don't. That is the posture of value. We have covered the external mechanics, the velvet rope, the silence, the walk away. But all of these are just tactics. They are tricks, and tricks eventually stop working if the core is rotten. You cannot fake being expensive forever. If you are hollow inside, eventually you will crack. The sale price will be revealed. To truly become an outlier, to truly become the prize, you must alter the fundamental structure of your self-belief. You must change the currency you trade in, because there is one final, ruthless trap that keeps you cheap. It is the desire for fairness. You think the world should be fair. You think that if you work hard, you should be rewarded. Machiavelli is laughing at you. The world is not fair. The world is a marketplace, and the price is about to go up. Are you ready to pay for it? Phase 6, the Machiavellian pivot. Absence increases honor. There is a rhythm to power. It is not a steady hum, it is a pulse. The free man is a flat line. He is always there, consistent, boring. The expensive man is a heartbeat. He is present, then he is gone. He engages, then he withdraws. In the 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene outlines Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. This is the advanced application of the velvet rope. Once you have established your value, once you have hooked them, you must withdraw. You must create a vacuum. Why? Because human imagination is more powerful than reality. When you are with someone, they see your flaws. They see that you have a stain on your shirt. They hear you stutter. You become human. When you are absent, you become an idea, and ideas are flawless. When you withdraw, people begin to fill the silence with their own fantasies about you. They wonder what you are doing. They wonder who you are with. They wonder why you don't need them right now. This curiosity transforms into admiration. He must be doing something important. He must be in high demand. You are essentially short-selling your own presence. By reducing the supply, you spike the price. But this requires nerves of steel, because when you withdraw, your insecurity will scream. What if they forget me? What if they find someone else? Let them try. If they find someone else, you were never the diamond. You were just a placeholder. Better to know now. But usually, they won't. Usually, they will chase. Think of the artist who disappears for a year to work on an album. No tweets, no interviews, silence. When the album drops, the world stops. Think of the employee who never takes overtime, never joins the office gossip, and leaves exactly at 5 p.m. When he speaks in a meeting, the boss listens. Why? Because he is not part of the noise. Use this strategically. If you have been too available in a relationship, pull back. Not with anger, never with anger. With purpose. Get busy. Get obsessed with a project. Let the texts sit for a few hours. Let the weekend be yours. You are not playing games. You are recalibrating the exchange rate. You are reminding them that your presence is a privilege, not a right. A star that is always in the sky is ignored. A comet that appears once every 100 years is an event. Be the comet. Phase 7. Never split the difference. The intolerance of mediocrity. The free man compromises. He splits the difference. He wants $100. The boss offers $50. He takes $75 and thinks he won. He wants loyalty. His partner offers mostly faithful. He accepts it and thinks it's love. He compromises on his standards because he is afraid of losing the deal. To be expensive is to have a zero-tolerance policy for mediocrity. This is where you become difficult, and this is where you earn respect. Steve Jobs was notoriously difficult. He demanded perfection. He would look at a circuit board that nobody would ever see and say, "It's ugly, fix it." Was he annoying? Yes. Was he expensive? The most expensive in the world. People want to work for the perfectionist. They want to be with the person who has high standards because it validates them. If you accept garbage, you are a garbage can. If you demand excellence, you are a king. When you refuse to split the difference on your core values, you signal that you are not desperate. I do not work on weekends. I do not tolerate disrespect. I do not associate with liars. These are not requests. These are laws. When you draw a hard line, people will test it. They will push against it. They are checking to see if you are real. If you hold the line, they will bow. If you fold, they will own you. The expensive man is willing to lose the deal rather than lower the standard. And the paradox is, because he is willing to lose the deal, he usually gets exactly what he wants. This applies to how you treat yourself. Conspicuous consumption isn't just about buying Rolexes. It's about consuming high-quality habits. You cannot be expensive to others if you are cheap with yourself. If you eat trash, sleep poorly, and consume mindless content, you are signaling to your own subconscious that you are a low-value asset. Upgrade your internal operating system. Read difficult books, lift heavy weights, wear clothes that fit, speak with precision. Treat yourself like a high-performance machine that requires premium fuel. When you treat yourself with reverence, the world follows your lead.